Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian.
And Jynx here.
And welcome back to Long Live the Queen on the PlayStation 5. So we're going to be doing another run today, and this time I'll be making the choices.
Princess Praetorian.
Yes, I will be Princess Praetorian. And we're going to try and get to week 20, because I'd really like to get this into 2 videos if possible. That might be a bit ambitious. However, we're not going to be reading any part that's something we already read, that essentially isn't different from what it was when we went through it the first time. So this part here, you know, obviously this is all exactly the same. We can just hit R1 to skip through it, but I don't know if we'll do that. Might just go through this way so you guys can read it. Just kind of catch up and remember where we're at. So I think we'll do it this way, guys.
Mom died. You're sad.
Yeah, but basically our mom's dead here. And we've already played this before, so don't need the tutorial.
And all you have is your jammies.
We just got... Well, I think that's our school outfit.
Looks like jammies.
So yeah, what we're going to be doing, we start out depressed, of course, expression, and animal handling. And I wanted to do something very different from what Jynx did, where she focused on the military, the weapons, and the athletics. A little bit of animal handling that she started doing towards the end there. But she didn't really do much when it came to, like, knowledge.
Yeah.
So what we're going for with this character is an intellectual character who uses her brains and her words to get through any issues. And so we're looking at a little bit of history. Y'all know I love history. Intrigue, royal demeanor, a little bit of conversation there, and then faith and lumen. So that's where we're going to be focusing on. And we're going to start with what I think is probably the most important skill category in the game, intrigue. So this one's super important. It's used like all the time. And I would recommend that everybody get at least 40 points total in intrigue. Because if you recall, there was a part in the story where Jynx was able to pick what she wanted her agents to do, what she wanted her agents to focus on. You only get that if you put 40 points in intrigue. And it's incredibly important. I don't know that you can get through the game, maybe, but I don't know that you can get through the game without using one of those to kind of deal with some of the issues you face. So definitely want to get 40 points, even if you're not going to focus on intrigue.
Yeah, I didn't focus much on it. I did a little bit and then never went back.
I find it to be a pretty important skill overall. So again, all this is the same, guys, so we'll just kind of click through it here. I suppose we can show some of the stuff that we weren't able to show before, like the age and the relationships here, because we didn't know about all this the first time we went through here. Just if you guys want to pause it and take a look at all that. Yeah, all this is going to be exactly the same here until we start making some of our own decisions and kind of change the way the characters built. So I think the first thing we're going to do here, guys, and I hope this works out the way I want it to. We'll see, guys. Obviously, you can never really plan this far ahead, I think. We're going to play with toys, by the way. Because that's what we're going to do this probably for the first couple weeks. We're just going to play with toys.
Just going to play with toys?
Yeah. And the reason why we did that is to get our mood out of the depressed state. So we don't want to be depressed because that's pretty useless for us, guys. So we're going to be doing a little bit of faith build here. You can see that now that we're afraid, we get a bonus to afraid. So yeah, let's go ahead and start working on the faith. And I'm thinking divination and lore would be good for us. So we're going to make use of those bonuses that we get. So we can get those 15 points into this. And so this is going to be the first time that we make a decision that is different from what Jynx did. So we got Juliana coming in here, and we are going to arrest Juliana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to arrest her, and you guys will see why here in a minute. So she's a traitor to the crown. I ought to have you executed. Guards, arrest her. And yes, I will be doing all the crown princess speaking, guys.
Because he's the princess. I'm
the princess. Now, I'm not going to change my voice, because it's just not going to work, guys.
I mean, you should.
I would try. I guess I could be like Gingy.
Oh God, no.
The gingerbread man.
Princess Praetorian can be himself. He doesn't have to be Princess Gingy.
Yeah, I could do the gingerbread man voice for you guys. So throw her into the castle dungeons and let her rot.
Well, I suppose she won't be a problem anymore.
And Jynx is going to be my
It's gonna be my dad voice.
So yeah, we're going to go ahead and play with toys again, guys. I really like this one here because it gets you the yielding, the lonely, and the cheerful. So we're trying to boost all those things, frankly.
Wait, you just put a woman in prison. You're just going to go play with toys?
Yep, that's how I do it, Jynx. So let's
pounce a lot.
Yeah, so let's play with some toys, guys. And now you see this is where we're trying to get to. Yielding, which is one of my favorite moods because it gives the bonuses for the royal demeanor, the history, and the faith. All things that we're going to be working on in this build. So it works out nicely for us. Interestingly, one of the things we're actually going to get here is not something we get a bonus to, which is court manners. And if you recall the last playthrough, then you'll know why we're getting that.
So you're not rude like me?
Yeah, so we know basic stuff here. So we're going to go ahead and also get composure.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Did you not put any points in composure?
I don't think I did.
I don't know if you put many points into royal demeanor at all. Royal demeanor is one of the hardest ones to put points into, which is what makes yielding so useful. Because I think there's only one mood that gives bonuses, which is the one we're in, yielding. And then there's only 2 moods that you don't get penalties for. So the majority of moods, you get a penalty for royal demeanor. And so it's very difficult to put points into it. So that's why we're yielding.
Yeah, I don't think I put any in royal demeanor or expression.
It's an incredibly important one, which is why I think they make it so difficult to get it. And it's why we're focusing on early here as well, guys, because we're going to need it. So again, I'm hoping this all works out. I feel like it's not going to.
You're going to die.
Well, I mean, not die, but not get to the place I want to get to in time. So this is going to be slightly different. And so we'll get there here. If you guys recall, when Jynx did this, the snake showed up and Juliana told her to freeze. And because she had no composure, because she didn't even know it existed apparently, Jynx was unable to freeze, and thus the snake bit Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yep, and then we never saw Charlotte for the rest of the game because she was bitten. So here, it's going to be a little bit different. So did you want to read that for us, Jynx?
You gather your skirts and prepare to sit down when all of a sudden hissing noise alerts you to a hidden danger. A snake.
Charlotte, don't move.
You grab a stick to push the snake away, but you lack the skills to do the job properly. And poking the snake only makes it angry. Too fast to see, it lunges forward and sinks its fangs into your leg.
So if we wanted to get past this and not get bitten here, because we just got bit by a snake, a deadly snake, then we would have needed to put points into reflexes, which we could have done. But I actually want to get bitten here, and you'll see why. Ow.
The snake slithers away, but it's too late now. A strange tingling sensation begins to spread through your flesh. That's a milk viper. They're poisonous.
I don't feel good.
Your leg is going numb. You stumble and fall to the ground. Hold on! Your cousin kneels beside you and presses her hand over the bite marks. The area throbs painfully, then begins to feel warm. After a minute, you're dizzy, but your leg isn't buzzing anymore, and even the wound has disappeared.
How did you do that?
I don't know how I do it, I just can. I'm not supposed to tell anybody. People think it's freaky. You won't tell, will you?
Of course not. I'm just lucky you were here.
Girls, what's going on out here? I heard yelling. Nothing.
We saw a snake, but it got away.
A snake? That's it, Charlotte. Pack your things. We're going back to Merva. It's not safe here. Aww.
Okay, so you see how that happened differently, because Juliana wasn't here to stop the snake. And so we got bit, and Charlotte saved us, and that's how we learn that Charlotte has magic. And it's the only way to learn that she has magic early on here. But I don't know that we'll be able to get to the point where you can like send her a letter about it. I don't think we'll go that route, guys. All right, so let's take a look at our mood here. So we're quite afraid and depressed, so much so that we are not getting our yielding bonus anymore. So we need to get rid of that afraid. We got that, of course, because of the snake. And so the best way for us to do that right now, I think, is just to attend service. That'll get rid of it and get us back into yielding. let's go and do that.
You won't be afraid for your soul?
No, I'm not afraid for our soul, Jynx.
Interesting.
All right, so I think we're going to do foreign affairs and maybe presence here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we'll do foreign affairs and presence. And both of those will be getting a bonus because of their history and royal demeanor. All right, so some of these foreign affairs we'll want to look at as we start getting a little bit further along to stuff that you might not be familiar with. Also with the intel, because some of that stuff is really interesting and it's important for the story.
Yeah, like I think learning the history and the different relationships between everybody would be interesting because I didn't deal with any of that.
Yeah, and seeing like some of the secret stuff. So there's a lot of secrets in this realm. So of course this is all the same here. All right, so now we're gonna visit the dungeon, guys, because we're gonna go ahead and let her back out, Juliana. We only put her in there so that we could get bit by the snake and find out that Charlotte is a lumen, or could be a lumen. So let's go ahead and visit the dungeons to
let people out?
Yeah, well, you can let Juliana out.
You venture into the depths of the castle dungeons. The Duchess of Ursul is there in her cell, sitting perfectly straight on the bench against the wall and looking your directions as if she'd been expecting you. Caution is wise for one in your position. Hasty judgments can lead to trouble.
And here's Juliana's. I don't know if we ever looked at this before. She's a lumen, and her brother is the Duke Consort of Mead.
Are you ready to listen now?
And so we're going to go ahead and hear her out. We could just taunt her, of course. What do you want to say?
It is the responsibility of the king or queen of Nova to handle magical energies to protect the domain. That is what a lumen does, what your mother did, and what I do.
My father said it was your fault she died.
What he said was that she died by magic. Being a lumen is never safe. We pay a high price for our powers. But without a lumen queen, this entire domain is at risk. Release me and I will teach you what you need to know to keep your responsibilities.
I feel pretty convinced, so we're going to go ahead and free her, let her out. So different things that you can do with her. You can let her stay in prison and she'll eventually escape.
You're going to accidentally keep her in prison.
You can eventually, you can keep her in there and she'll escape. And then you have like this whole plot line where you're trying to capture around your realm and stuff. It's kind of cool. And you can have like an entire almost like Lumen Rebellion where you have like a bunch of different magic people out there running from you, and where you're going against the lumen in your realm. It's kind of cool. Would have been an interesting route to go, but not the one we're going. And so that's going to put our pressured up, help us with the loneliness. Fine, I'll have the guards release you.
Come to me in my rooms as soon as you can to begin your training.
All right, excellent. So once again, we are yielding, which is what we want to be. Here's our mood here right now. And we want to try and stay from going too far in any direction for right now, because then it gets more difficult to kind of flip-flop if you want to do that, which we'll do some of that. All right, so since this build is going to be very much focused on royal demeanor, we're going to go ahead and start working on that now, guys. Or continue working on it, I should say. We're going to be doing composure and presence. Just really try and build this up a bit more, because we need it kind of high if we're going to want to do this the way I want to do it.
You stare at yourself in the mirror.
Practice.
Breathing.
Practice focusing and transmitting energy with only your eyes, Jynx. Got to turn that intensity on.
I'm pretty good at that.
So one of our maids approaches for our attention.
My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna.
And we actually now know this, that Sedna is in Telassi, the domain in our southeast. I don't think Jynx knew that at the time.
I thought I did.
Maybe you knew it.
I don't know. They have brought you a letter and a gift.
All right, so all that. And what a beautiful necklace. And then if you guys remember, Jynx didn't get a choice here. She just had to put the necklace on because she didn't have court manners.
It was pretty.
So this is the reason why we put that 10 points in court manners, even though we weren't getting a bonus for it, is so that we wouldn't wear his necklace. This is pretty important if you don't want to marry the guy, that you shouldn't wear his necklace, Because it might not be appropriate for me to wear a man's gift in public, though people would think it meant something. Because people would think that. So we're not going to wear it, guys. It's important to maintain the proper image. And you notice that also got us a boost in yielding. So that'll be helpful. All right, so now we're going to visit Juliana. So we can start working on becoming a lumen. Which, again, this is all the stuff that we did the last time. Though, because we have the lore points, we do know what crystal she's talking about, a lumen crystal. But other than that, all this will be the same as when Jynx went through it.
Ooh.
Yep, she shows us her crystal.
I want hers.
You don't like our crystal?
No, it's pink.
But it's just for us, and it used to be our mom's.
It's pink.
But it used to be our mam's. Alright, so we're still yielding, guys. Let's go ahead and start going into history, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and start working on history a bit more. Y'all know, or you should know, if you're on this channel, I'm a big fan of history. I do have a bachelor degree in history. Everybody should know that. And so we're going to go into the history here, guys. And again, it does reveal some interesting things. Like Nova was the center of a great empire, but over time our influence has waned.
Oh no.
Or the world history. I guess this isn't all that interesting yet. Gotta get into the later stuff. Alright, so again, this is another one that Jynx did already. This is when the Duchess Ursula was talking to that priestess. And then we turn and see
somebody weird.
Somebody going over the hedge.
An assassin.
And we will not be interacting in this storyline. The way you have to do this is get your climbing, I don't know where it needs to be at, 20 or 30 or something like that. But we obviously haven't put into climbing, so if we tried to do this, we'd fail. I think that's what Jynx tried to do.
Yeah.
We're just going to go ahead and call the guards.
I was too slow.
And this is helpful because it'll get us an angry point, which is good to keep us from being scared.
No sign of any intruder.
Yep. So they didn't detect anything, but because we did that, that does unlock lock us out of a certain storyline. That's okay.
Maybe we're just crazy.
So now we're going to go ahead and talk to our father because we need to find out where our crystal's at. Again, this is all stuff that we did with Jynx, but we'll be handling the crystal situation different than Jynx did.
But it's yours.
That got us one willful, so that's unfortunate because we want to stay yielding, I think.
I don't want you to die, child.
Didn't you blow it up or whatever? You had
I did some stuff.
Yeah, I want to say that you had.
Juliana did some stuff.
Yeah, you had Juliana blow up your own treasury.
Behalf.
Yeah, that was not wise.
Well,
not the best way to do that.
He should have gave me the damn crystal when I asked nicely.
All right, so we're going to continue working on history. It doesn't really matter which one we do, so we'll just stay on Novan history because we're already over there. However, we need to get court manners one more time, guys. And again, I know I'm not getting a bonus here, but sometimes you got to do that if you want to be able to do certain things in some of the events. So that's what we're going to go for this in this one. And lots of stuff revealed in the Novan history here. As far as interesting things here, I think this is the kind of stuff you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that everybody's related.
Can't hold more than one dukedom.
Yeah. It's all pretty simple stuff here. Alright, so we've gotten court manners up to 20, which is what we needed to get it to. So again, we saw this event with Jynx. That maid comes running down the stairs. Because we don't have the elegance or the reflexes, she's going to barrel into us.
Oh, my lady, I'm so sorry.
These things happen. It's not a big deal. So that's why we got the court manners up to 20. You have to have it at 20 to be able to say that. And that allows us to accept her apology. And this is actually better than avoiding her because you get points with the common people. Like you improve the common opinion. And the way I see this is that Alice is essentially telling her family, like her interactions with you. So if they're negative or positive, she tells her family, her brothers, and then her brothers go tell their friends, oh, this is what happened in the castle today. And then they tell their friends, and they tell their friends.
Princess is such a nice gal.
Yeah, and so if you're cruel to her, so if we punished her, we would actually lose points with the common people. And if we accept her apology, we're kind to her, then we get points with the commoners. And that's what we want. We want to make sure we avoid any problems with the common people. So we're going to accept her apology. All right, and then also gave us a cheerful point too, so that's another advantage to doing it that way. is we're no longer depressed. All right, so let's go and visit Juliana, let her know that our father wouldn't give us the crystal. Again, same thing that happened with Jynx here. She's going to tell us that it's in the royal treasury, and that's where we got to go. We're going to say we'll find a way that'll make us more willful, moving us out of the, or not quite, we're still yielding. Okay, we had 2 points in yielding. All right, excellent. So we're still in yielding, that's good, because there is certainly more points in history I'd like to devote here. So let's go ahead and do that since we're still yielding. So we're going to do probably world history and foreign affairs. Where are we at? Yeah, we just did Novan history. So let's do the foreign affairs and world history. Continue to boost these up so we know about the history of our land, and I'm sure that's something a queen would learn as well. And so this is the important point right here. At level 20, this is what we had to get to. We didn't really need to get to 30. We had to get to 20. Did you want to read that for us, Jynx?
4 years ago, the Duchess of Hellas tried to foment an insurrection in northern Ixion, just over the Galban River border. Not only did that fail, but in retaliation, Ixion pushed troops into southern Marie, and they are still refusing to leave. Tombula...
Oh, only that part.
Oh.
So that is key right there, guys. If you guys remember, and this will happen soon, there's that event with Ixion, where I think Jynx did the war, and you invaded them and defeated them. So the Duchess of Hellas is the one who started that conflict. She did that, not them. They were actually, the occupation of your territory was in response to her actions. And so you need to know that. And so that's why we wanted those foreign affair points. Here in world history, I guess some interesting stuff, but nothing that's really important for us now. And that's key, is that we now have a new outfit. You kind of want to get a new outfit as soon as you can. This one we don't need to go through. This is that guy who wants you to invest in the
printer press.
Yep, the movable type. And that's a fantastic thing to get, guys. You need the production and trade points, but it's a really good way to go because it allows you to print propaganda. So you get to pick like what you want to post propaganda about once it's been built, of course. And so you can like put out propaganda about different things. So it's pretty useful to have, but again, you got to have that points in the trade and production. That's obviously not the route that we're going today. We're going to be visiting the dungeons. Because, yeah, we need to get more yielding. And, there's a few different ways to do that. We could play with our toys. But I don't think we want to do that. Because if we do anything that gets us in the lonely, yeah, I don't want to do that. Not yet. So we're not going to do it for that reason. And then, I don't know if there's anything else that would get us yielding. Yeah, it looks like just visit the dungeon. So I think that's our best option here.
Visiting in the dungeon?
Just the prisoners.
Skeletons.
If you get cruel enough, when you visit the dungeons, you get different stuff. I think you get willful and anger because you poke the prisoners with sticks. If you get the cruel points up.
That's not nice.
So we just creep through and we look at the troublemakers. Good reminder to stay straight and narrow. All right, so we got our first outfit, so we're definitely going to put that on. I don't know, and Jynx never got this, huh?
Nope.
That's the scholar's gown.
That's a cute dress.
Yeah, I like it. So we need to start putting points into our foreign affairs. We need to get that a lot higher and soon. So we're actually going to do that twice. So we have it set up there. So let's go and do it again down here. And hopefully that'll be enough. We need to get it to, God, I think it's like 80. I'm not sure. I think it's 80. So with the outfit on, we're at 43. So basically we need to get it to 70 here in order to have it on at 80 with the outfit. So that's 54. Yes. All right, so we're there. So if we just wanted to, oops, my bad. What happened? I guess I went back. I think I hit the wrong button, guys. So let me go back in there because I didn't read these. But yeah, this is tells you about the kind of history with that Talase. So yeah, it tells you that. It tells you about that Duchy of Lila, but I don't know if that part's actually all that important. But the top one is. And then over here, yeah, I don't think any of those ones are that important either. It's the one that is at 80 that's important, which we won't get to read yet before we use it, because of course we're using our outfit to boost that. So this is Banyan, Duke of Mari. Again, something that we already saw last time. He's just telling us about that Ixionite occupation of that county. But the major difference here is that we know that his sister, the Duchess of Hellas, started the trouble in Ixion 4 years ago, so they invaded his territory as payback. So we know something that Jynx didn't know. But we don't know anything about the military. We have no points in the military. And so you'll see here that we have no option to fight at all. I can't even go to war. We have to do the diplomacy. Did you have the diplomacy option?
No.
I don't know. I thought that might be always unlocked. Maybe not.
I mean, maybe, but I went to war.
Jynx just went to war right away, probably. That's
there was
how.
No question about it.
Mm-hmm. So we don't even have the option to do the war, so we have to try and negotiate. Now, that doesn't mean we can't go to war, because if you mess up the negotiations, then there can still be a war. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion and try to come to some arrangement.
I like your cute little glasses.
Yep, they're nice. He says, "Thank you, Your Highness." I think that got us, a yielding point or something? Yeah, I got us a yielding. And he says we look particularly lovely today, and that he hopes that we think fondly of him. Though you'll notice he didn't say anything about the necklace because we're not wearing it. And yes, he is flirting with us.
Oh, goodness.
He's almost as old as our father.
Nasty.
Ew. So I guess we'll just get rid of the afraid, because we're in yielding, which is what we want to be at. And there's no way to really get out of this easily. Yeah, there's not really anything we could do here to bring the yielding down a little bit, just to sneak out, and that's too much. So let's just go ahead and attend service and get rid of that. All right, excellent. So I think it's about time to go ahead and get a new outfit. We want the royal demeanor outfit. So we're gonna go ahead and get elegance twice, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and boost both of those.
That would be a really rough day in class.
Yeah, a whole day worth of elegance. Yeah.
Ugh.
But we gotta get to 25 so that we can get that new outfit, which is a pretty cool outfit as well.
The representative from Ixion is here. Be careful. No one wants to give up prizes that they have won.
You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness.
Let's get this over with.
So this is the Duchess of Hellas. I don't think we ever saw her in Jynx's playthrough.
Yeah, I don't remember her.
Yeah, this is Banyan's brother, or excuse me, Banyan's sister.
Bryn.
They do have another sibling, and that's Bennett, the Earl Consort of Dis. You can see him, I think, in the story. I think I recall him coming up a few times. But the Duchess of Hellas, I think you did find out something about her. You found out that she was a lesbian, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you did. Well, she is. And we'll find that out when we start doing our intel. Once we get our intel a little bit higher, we'll discover that. So spoilers, I guess. But yeah, she does not like dudes. So this is something we know because of our Novan history. Hellas and Mari are neighboring duchies, so together the siblings Bryn and Banyan govern most of southern Nova.
Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones. No, we will forget about you unprovoked, or your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province.
Of course, we know that it was the Duchess of Hellas who started this without the support of our mother, the Queen. I like your diplomat voice, by the way, Jynx.
We can be good neighbors again without any lives being lost.
So Ixion wants us to be good neighbors because to the north, they're always fighting with Terex, their neighbor to the south, or we're to the north. So you'll notice we got that only because of the foreign affairs success, and that's really important, and foreign affairs has to be super high to get that. So that was the 80 pointer that I told you guys about, and this is important, as you'll see in the negotiations here in a minute, because we'll have a new option available here when we do the bluff and intimidate. I did want to cover what these do, just for some of you that are curious. So with the surrender province, essentially you're just giving that province up And that's going to piss off the two siblings, of course. They're going to be very frustrated with you and actively worked against you. Also, it's going to piss off all the nobles. I think it pisses off the commoners, too. It just pisses everybody off because you surrendered.
You just gave them away.
Yeah, but this will result in the Ixions. They'll come and help you in a later conflict. They'll provide assistance. So it does have a benefit. You can offer money. It's a stupid amount of money, guys. If you're really good with money, with like trade and that kind of stuff, then you can talk them down. But even then, it's a stupid amount of money. It's definitely not worth it. You can offer to punish the Duchess of Hellas, and I thought about going this route for this playthrough because it's kind of fun. You don't have to have very high points in foreign affairs. I think just 20 points to do it. And if you do it, you get all different kinds of options of how you want to punish her. You can execute her, and then her other brother will take her duchy title, and then both of them will be very angry with you because you killed their sister. Causes all kinds of problems with them, with Banyan. Very interesting storyline that happens. You can also force her to get married to an Ixion, and that kind of go different ways depending on your skills. And there's a couple other things you can do, but we're not going to be doing that. Or we can execute the diplomat, which just starts the war, and I think it gives us like an anger point. But we're going to bluff and intimidate. You are trespassing on our lands. You will withdraw your troops at once. Only then will we have peace. So we can threaten to attack, which would be an empty threat. They will call us out on that. We don't really have anything. We don't really have any allies or anything like that.
No, you don't even have a military outfit. I know what you're about.
So if we had wore that necklace from what's his name? The guy in the south.
The Sedna guy?
Yeah, that guy. If we wore his necklace, then we could use the necklace to prove that we're his ally.
Oh.
But that does have repercussions later if you do that, which I found out. I was actually forced to marry him because of that one time. But we're not going to do that. We're going to threaten to ally with Terex because we know that's because we got that 80 foreign affairs points. So we know they're scared of them, and thus there's probably nothing scarier than an alliance of the two of us that border them. So this right here, considering your problems with Terex, do you really want to make an enemy as well, or make me an enemy as well?
Perhaps not.
Yes, I won. And so this right here will avoid the war. And that's important because yes, we can win the war. We're not good at it, so we'll take kind of high casualties. But regardless of your military skill, you're always going to take casualties. And I feel like those troops can be better used in, other things. I really don't think that's the best way to go overall. I think you should save your troops if you can. If you can avoid the conflict without embarrassing yourself, I think you should. Save them for future wars. So we're going to go ahead and sneak out because I think, not quite done with yielding. There's still a few things we need to get, obviously. But I'd like to start moving towards willful and not to be so strong on the yielding. Now, if we do this is going to result in us being lonely, but that's okay. We can actually use lonely. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sneak out. And now we're all sad and lonely.
Oh.
We do have a new outfit. This is the Royal Demeanor outfit. And that's one we're going to wear, guys.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. So no longer boosting history. We just needed to get that foreign affairs to 80 for that event. Now we're boosting Royal Demeanor. As far as the classes, I know we're lonely, so this boosts the conversation and the medicine. And I think we're going to go ahead and do medicine. 2 times medicine, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to... Again, this is going to be a build that's very focused on being a learned character that has a wide variety of intellectual skills, and medicine is going to be one of those guys.
You going to come work in my pharmacy?
Yes. I work with herbs. And, we'll get the battlefield medicine as well. Eventually want to get poison too, but we'll get these ones first because I think there's something that'll pop up that'll be helpful with this soon. So yeah, we'll go for these ones. I don't know if we can get it high enough in time. We might have to double do it, and even then it might not be high enough. We'll see, guys. We'll see if we can get it done. So, I don't know... How much medicine stuff did you do? I don't recall. Did you work on medicine at all?
No. I don't think it did.
I don't recall you getting it much. So this is one, obviously, we saw this before, guys.
The monster.
Nothing new here that we haven't already seen. We just don't have the skills for any of the checks here, unfortunately, so we got depressed. So we're still lonely. I think we had a point in cheerful, I suppose. Oh yes, we got a point in cheerful when we succeeded in the, in the diplomacy. The negotiations.
You gonna play with more toys?
You know what? I don't know if we have enough points for this. Alright, we're gonna try because it'll give us a willful point, which we do want to move to willful even if we fail. I'm hoping we succeed. I don't know that we put enough points into it. I might have needed to do one more week of yielding.
Good luck.
I don't know. We'll see if we have enough points, guys. So let's go and visit the treasury to see if we can't get the guards to step aside. And you can see that we actually got a partial success. So they waver slightly, but they stand by our father's command. So we failed, essentially. We were not able to get the item. All right, so that's unfortunate because it's kind of a wasted week. Just got us moving up towards willful, which again, we do want to do that. But there would have been better ways to do that, I suppose.
Why is her neutral face so sad?
That's not her neutral face.
Is it?
That's her lonely face,
her
Jynx.
lonely face.
Yeah, everything else is neutral, but we're lonely. But again, that's not a bad thing because we want to continue to tick up the herbs and battlefield medicine. Because I think that's this week that we'll need to use it. I don't know if it'll be high enough. It should be, hopefully. Let's boost it and find out, guys. All right, so we're boosting both of these. And there's a woman here to see us. Do you want to read for the woman?
Thank you for coming to see me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment.
And you'll see because we were successful. I'm glad we were. Because we were successful here, we get a very different response than Jynx, which her character was confused why you want to keep sick people together. So we say centralizing resources could help people who don't have doctors of their own. And so that allows us to invest in this, and I think we will invest in it. I don't remember how much it costs, but it does give you a very hefty boost to the opinion of the commoners. This, as well as some of the other things we've done, that could be enough just to avoid a commoner rebellion, because this one is so helpful. We might need to do a few more things, but this is going to be big for us. So I'm glad we were able to do it. I wasn't sure if we would or not. So you know what, guys? I probably shouldn't have been moving towards willful yet. I mean, we would have kind of had to do that anyways. Yeah, we're going to have to attend court, guys. We need to go back to yielding. So this actually should get us to yielding if we attend court. Yeah, that should get us to yielding. We need to do a few things, guys. At the yielding again. It's an important one.
Not fun.
Yeah, it's an important one, and the royal demeanor is just not high enough for where I want it. So let's go ahead and boost it a bit more. All right, so we're going to be working exclusively on that. Composure again, and presence. So we'll get both of those for week 13. And you guys can pause those and read them if you so desire.
You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown.
I suppose this should all be the same. Our reactions might be different, but yeah, I don't think we'll read on this. Of course, here's Kevin, the Earl of Low, or EO. Jynx never really got to the stuff with Kevin. His character's, he's got some problems.
Is he a monster?
I'm not gonna spoil it. We'll get there. You'll see. But some interesting circumstances here with him that we'll see a little later in the series. So I don't recall what you did with her. You remember what you did to this first character?
The woman?
Yeah, the woman that tried to poison his sister.
I
remember we said we shouldn't put her to work, but I can't recall if you imprisoned her or
right.
executed her. Yeah, I don't remember which one you did, but we're going to execute her, guys. This will give us a point in cruel, which you don't actually see that when that happens. But yeah, we don't want to go cruel, but I think this is the best option for us is to execute her.
I think I might have killed her too. You'll not have me.
When she comes for you, is that what happens?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And then you have the archery
no.
check. So this isn't what happened?
Mm-mm.
All right, so in your court dress, you are unarmed. You grope for a weapon and find only a heavy golden ornament, which you hurl in her direction. Because we suck at archery, our missile flies wide of its mark. Before you have a chance to do anything else, your personal guard step into action, cutting the woman down before she can endanger you. Her lifeless body lies bleeding on your carpet.
Not my carpet.
So get that out of here, put it on display so that everyone sees what happens to criminals.
Goodness, Elodie.
Alright, so taking a look at our mood here. We are still yielding. We are 1 point in everything else, though, towards different things. So let's go... Let's explore the castle to get that anger down. And that'll also put the lonely down too, I suppose. But we'll still be yielding, which is what we want.
You gonna find some ghosts?
Yeah, we're going after ghosts, Jynx. So let's explore the castle, where other people rarely visit.
Spiders.
All we found was spiders.
You can't be lonely when there's halls full of spiders.
So again, we got the yielding bonuses, which is important here, guys, because we need to get presence up. Because I don't think it's high enough. I mean, it's clearly not high enough. We tried to go in there before. We did boost it one more time. I'm not sure what it's got to be at, though. Maybe 60, maybe 70. Let's not waste another week, though, and fail. And we want to get presence up anyways, so we're going to do it again, guys. Because, yeah, I want to make sure we don't fail at that again. And then we'll get... Yeah, we get the boost in faith. Wasn't sure there. So we get the boost in faith, so let's go and start working on that. Because I don't think we put much into faith. Yeah, not much at all. So let's go into divination. I don't think this will be enough for the owl, though. Maybe. I'm not sure what that needs. But I think the owl is this week. So yeah, we'll...
Owl?
Yeah, you remember when it flew overhead and you couldn't tell what it was?
Oh.
Or you didn't know anything about what was happening with the owl that flew overhead? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll see if it's enough points. It might not be. So yeah, we'll boost the presence up to 76. And divination will be 30-something. So I'm hoping it only needs 30. Probably needs more than that, though. So yeah, as we're walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. Do you remember this part, Jynx?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we didn't pass it. We needed more divination. So that's all we were able to say. Pretty much the same thing that Jynx said there. All right, so we put those points into presence so that we can visit the treasury again. And I feel pretty confident that 70 is enough for us to get past this. Yeah, there we go. All right, so...
Stand aside, guards.
Yeah, we order them to stand aside, walk forward with our head held high. None of them dares to deny you access to your own treasury. So the glitter is dazzling, but some sixth sense draws you towards one little lockbox in particular. This is what you need. This is the crystal that will make you a lumen. So we are going to get this by tucking the box into our pocket. You can show it to your mentor later and get instructions on what to do next. So we got that the peaceful way. We didn't blow anything up like Jynx did. And this is the part...
I didn't blow it up.
Or
Juliana
did. So this is the part I'm always concerned about. We're on week 15, and we haven't put into lumen at all. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. We're not going to have the points, I don't think, to do... Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do it the way I wanted to do it, unfortunately. Because it took us too long to get that. And this is one part that I kind of have issues with when it comes to trying to get the crystal, like, legitimately. It requires you to get the presence up too goddamn high. So it seems like the way Jynx does it is the most efficient way to do it. Just blow that thing up and just get it that way. Because otherwise, you're sitting on week 15 here. I mean, you could have gotten a little bit earlier, but yeah, we're sitting on week 15 and we still haven't put any points into magic, which is not going to work, guys. It's unfortunate. So I was about to pick our classes, but I don't even know what our mood is right now.
You're lonely.
We're lonely still. Okay. Well, let's put it into... I guess we'll do one of each. Perhaps the conversation and the medicine. Maybe like... Yeah, I definitely want to do medicine. So let's go ahead and do poison, because we haven't done that yet.
That'd be a good one to learn.
Yeah, and you can see here that we can't put points into the rest of the medicine until we get the poison. So for the conversation, the only thing I really want here is court manners. I don't think we'll be able to get up to 40, which is what I wanted at, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We'll try it. So we'll do court manners, we'll do poison. And let's see how this works out. We did not get it to 40. So that's unfortunate.
Dang. You were close, though.
Yep. All right, so this is just that notification.
The Festival of the Good Lady.
Yep, that festival. That there's going to be dancing. We have 0 dancing skills.
Oh no.
Jynx tried to get her dancing up in order to succeed at this part, but I never really see the point. You got to put too many damn points into dancing. I think
you don't see the point.
I think to succeed at the dancing, you got to have it at like 90.
Oh goodness.
So I mean, like you got to really pump it in to the dancing in order to succeed. So this is an important little note about Kevin here. Apparently her Uncle Kevin has been acting strangely lately and shouting at shadows.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, we'll find out some more about Kevin a little bit later. All right, so now we have our crystal. We can go in and visit Juliana. So I said we're getting into week 15. Technically, we're not getting until week 16 here. So you say, I got it. What do I do now?
Pick up the crystal with your bare hands, press it against your chest over your heart, and say, illuminate.
So we're going to go ahead and do it. Okay, here we go. Illuminate. And so we got our pink crystal. Some new music here. We did it. So we got some willful and cheerful points. Feel dizzy, both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has just disappeared from view, but you know where it is. Wow.
The priestess here is a friend of mine. I will come to your lessons in the faith and train you to use your powers.
Alright, so week 16 is where we finally got access to the lumen skills, guys. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just too late. So we're still going to go down a kind of magic route. We will get magic points, and we will go down that route, but we won't have it in time for a really important event. Unfortunately, I did mess that up. Yeah, I guess the only way, it seems like the only way to do it is to blow the place up. I was trying to do it the legitimate way, while also trying to complete some of the other objectives that I wanted to do, like, you know, get through that Ixion situation without any war and without pissing anybody off. And so because we did that, we have spread out our skills a bit, as you can see, that has resulted in us getting the magic far too late. That's okay. We're still going to go down that route, guys. But unfortunately, this is going to have to be the end of the episode. Was trying to get to week 20, obviously didn't make it. Of course, that would only be halfway if we actually get to the end, which we very well might not. But yeah, I think week 16 is a good stopping point here. So hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.